Hi everyone! Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back to anyone who's been here. My name is Sadie, and this is a place where I talk about cross stitch. You have found my Flosstube, and this is the beginning of MerMay, which I am so excited about. I've been looking forward to this for like the past 6 months. Because I just want to stitch on all the mermaids, and this is my month to do it. I got into MerMay as an artist because a lot of people that I follow that do a lot of traditional art, like drawing, painting, they just use this month as a way to try to sketch or create different mermaids. And I took part in a couple of those items, but I just, ever since then, fell in love with May, because that is the season of mermaids. And so now that I'm in the cross-stitch world, I definitely gravitate towards a lot of mermaids. I tell people if you give me a lady with a tail, I will probably stitch it. And so I am going to have a video of lots of mermaids. It's going to be my starts, my whips, my stash of mermaids that I have physically, and I may show a couple that I have digitally. But yeah, just to kind of be in the mood for the month. So I also have a finish that I'm always excited to show you guys finishes. So I'll have that. And I think in the last video when I chatted with you, I was trying to determine if I wanted to have like a week of mermaids or a week of miras that are a combination of starts and whips, and I think right now I'm definitely focusing on mermaids. So it's been a week of mermaids where each day of the week so far for 7 days I designated either a start or a whip to a project that involved a mermaid. So I will show that to you guys. I think I've started the majority of them. There's 2 that I haven't done, but I will talk about them, and I will hopefully get to work on them this month. But without further ado, I will show my finish because I'm always excited to show you guys that stuff first. The very much anticipated but quite fast finish is my July fairy. I was so happy to get this done. Get to show you. I'm like, let me just show you guys. Look at her. Oh my goodness. She turned out so well compared to her other sisters. Goodness, the back stitching that was just a labor of patience. And like, it in itself is not hard. It was just, definitely I could do something with TV on, chatting with someone, because it was just following some outlines. But it was just a decent amount. And it was funny because I could definitely see the difference between back stitched border and non-back stitched border, and it does look better when it's back stitched. But I'm just happy I got done. I don't know how I did 5 other ones in the past, but I got her done. So I am 6 down and 6 to go. So I say 6, even though July is number 7, because June is in timeout. That's the one that I had a really big error on, and that's totally my fault, because back then I didn't know what borders were, or like margins and stuff, and I definitely was getting out of the margins. So June is in timeout. It'll probably be the last one that I do, but I'm hoping that later in the year, probably around the fall or winter, is when I'll get started on August. So that is my one finish that I got done in the past 2 weeks. Now it's really just all the whips and the starts. I'm just going to start pulling bags, and we'll see what we find in them. So not all the things that I worked on or started were mermaids, but the majority of them were. And I think a couple of these I started beforehand, before May started. So the first one that I have pulled out is actually by Lindy Stitches, and it's Morning Musings. So I have the paper copy here. It was one of the Nash Stash releases. And I really liked the message on it, the question that I feel like is a good one for me to ask just every day at work. What good will we do today? And I got to get a couple. I didn't get all of the Weeks Dye Works and Dinky Dyes. I got two of them. I got the curry and the pepperoncini because those were the colors in the pair, and especially the pepperoncini, it was pretty variegated, so I wanted that one, but the majority of them I replaced with DMC. And so I have it on this very hot pink material. As you can see, it's very different from what is in the picture. So it's going to definitely pop, which is what I wanted. I just wanted something a bit extra. And this is what I got. It is small on this fabric. This fabric is huge. So I was thankful that I started up at the top. That is it. And it's crazy because I start in the middle, so middle top. And I just went, that's the border on that left side. So the border is not that far width-wise. We'll see going down. And then, let me see. I gotta make sure that you guys are seeing this. That's the pair, one of the pairs. And all that space that is like blotchy or empty is really part of the beginning of the basket. So, yeah, it's kind of small, which I think it's one of those where the picture makes it look bigger than what it will likely turn out. But I like it. I love that the top leaf is this vibrant blue. Whoop, about to drop things there. It's like, mind you, don't mind all the knots, but it's definitely a bright teal blue from DMC. I think it's 3815. But I thought, you know, I want to get one of my Nash Stash patterns started. So this one felt like a good one. So I got that. And then the next one, I'm just seeing if the next one that I'm working on is here. This one is going to be a start for Mermaid. And I'll show you the fabric. But it's MerMay Perfume by Mirabilia. She's just gorgeous. The movement, I love the movement. It's just like she's floating. And I got the fabric. I mean, I've been working on my DMC master set, so... And I think this week I've been ordering some treasure braid for a couple of the other mermaid projects, so I'm ordering that as well. The fabric that I ordered for it is Olive Branch by Oak Crown Studios. And I like it. I wanted her to stand out, and I felt like this yellowish green fabric was gonna do it. And so got a bit of modeling. And it is opalescent, so it's going to be very shiny. But that was my thought process with these two. Just wanted her to pop on a background. So she is one that is planned to be stitched for the month of May. We will see how much I get started or done. I'm hoping I don't do what I did with Mermaids of the Deep, which I'll get to show you, where I just put like 15 stitches and said, all right, this is a start, and then not work on it for the next couple years. I don't want that to happen. And yet I feel like, I think I told you guys last time too, I feel like I've been having the itch to just start things. Just start all the things, and May is allowing me to start all the things. That was that bag. Alright, next one. This one we've got Mermaids of the Deep. And I am happy to get more progress on this. I think it's turning out much better. I hope I have a picture of what it looked like when I started it, because it literally was just like 2 lines. 2 lines of different variations of beige. And this one's it. And again, the movement, definitely lots of beads. I am here for it. Oop, I'm gonna lose that picture. And then I've got it here. I've pulled them out twice now. And I actually was able to get out to my LNS's Stitch night. It was for Wednesday night, and it was nice. It was just nice to be with like-minded people like that love this hobby and just chat about the designs they're doing or the retreat they just went to. I am such a chronic shy person, like to the point that I've done experiments on myself, like social experiments of how long does it take me to interact with people, or how long does it take me to, I don't know, contact someone when I meet them. And I did this back in college, and it just hit exactly that. It takes me 2 months. Crazy. It takes me 2 months to try to speak up in an environment, in a new environment. I'm usually just observing. I'm just observing, I'm listening. I think I'm just trying to get to know the people where I am. And it's very different from everyone. Everyone's a different person, but I do try to determine, okay, what type of personality am I going to be at this environment? So, yeah, my true personality, I don't know, right? I think my true personality, very few people know, because it just takes lots of layers to get there. So I was very quiet at this Stitchery retreat. I like being around the people because, yeah, we're all stitching and doing great stuff. But I just like listening, just to listen, see how everyone interacts. They ask me questions, and yes, I converse and I talk, but I do more listening. Anyway, here is my mermaid. Oh my god. So, if I point, the 2 lines that were being done were like right here. Were just those 2 lines on the edge of her arm. And now she's got an arm. She's got some hair. Got a back. You can tell that that's an arm now. So she looks so good. And right as I was working on her, I was surprised how fast she was stitching up. And I just kept on going. Like I said, I just did her for 2 nights. And I want to keep on going. And I've definitely been noticing a change in the way that I stitch. Because I think with mirrors, I used to have the flow of, right, all the cross stitching, and then the chronic, and then the back stitch, and then the beading. Now I think I'm going by regions almost, where I'm in that space of a picture, and I do practically everything of the stitching, where I do both the cross stitching and the chronic. The back stitching, I've noticed in some areas, I think if I'm never going to be back at that place until beading, sometimes I do start the back stitching now. And that way I can just go back and bead everything. So it's been very interesting for me to see that my stitching style is changing. But, woo, her picture is flying away. Let me grab that. Okay. So that is her, and she shares a bag with Gypsy Queen. If I ever get time to do other mirrors and I pull her out, I will show them. I will show her. Alright. And then the one that I've been anticipating for the past 6 months is Periwinkle Mermaid by Kat from Whittier Stitches. So, these are essentially all 4. And Kat was amazing in the sense that she gave you the options to change their skin color how you want. I think I'm leaning towards the darkest skin color to do. But these are all the options. And this was a whole, like, this was a whole bag that she had at the raffle for Queen City Stitch Retreat, where it was the pattern, the fabric, all the DMC, including the DMC for any of the skin colors that you chose for the mermaid, beads, any specialty threads, and the bag itself. This is like my only gift / bought bag that I never made. And so I love it. And I had it all set up, and I even like put it in my video one from Queen City Stitch Retreat that the moment Mermaid came was when I was going to start Periwinkle. And that happened. I think she was my like May 1st start. And it is such a small start. But it was something nonetheless. So I started around her hair. I'm just putting my needle in because I left the needle here with this one. And it is on a Mystic Fabric Dark Reflection, which is her called for. So this is the whole project. But the little itty bitty start that I made right there, that's just the middle of her hair. Super, super tiny. And I'm hoping to get some more work on her. Hoping I can get to her head or to her body to be able to get her mermaid shipped in. And then in this same bag, I had a mermaid kit, and I started that one the next day. So I started her May 2nd, and I was very excited. I posted about her on Instagram. I posted Periwinkle as well. But this is Stars by Merejka Kits. So, this is her. And when I saw this one like online, I had to have it. I'm just barely exploring the kit world, and I'm still really picky about what I want with the kits, but this one was a no-brainer. And then in this, I didn't realize there's another one. And this is called Bubbles. Like, I just went, oh my gosh, I can't believe there's another one. I haven't bought it. I'm trying to control myself because they look very similar. They're like both here. I know they're like upside down, but they look very similar. And if anything, it could be the same woman. But I want to get Stars done. So I started her. And I started her on the call for fabric, which was a 16 count Zweigart Ada. So it's Ada. And it's not too bad. It's stiff. That's what I expect from Ada. I'm using the called for flosses. But I like it. Like I'm just doing it because it all came together. So this is it. I'm starting in the front. Like front of her chest. The top little linear line is her collarbone, going down to her arm. So it wasn't too bad. I felt like I can at least see a form occurring with her. So that was very exciting. But yeah, this is my overall second kit that I've started. First one was one that my mom got, and I'll have to blame her for me becoming curious about kits. Didn't think I was going to enter that realm of cross-stitching, but I did. That is Stars. Okay. Got through those. Alright, let's see what other ones. I just know I have the bags here. We'll see if I even started them or not. Nope. Not that one. Do I have any in here? You're just going to hear me half sing, half figure out what is in each of the bags. This one's a to be started for Mermaid. So in this bag, I included Dark Queen of the Sea, because I had her all kitted up with like the bead pack and the fabric, the called for fabric, which is the Under the Sea Bewitched. And I did mine, I bought mine on 32 count linen. So I will show you the beautiful, beautiful fabric. So nice. And so I had it all ready when I wanted to do this one, and then that was when I found out that the Dark Queen of the Earth was happening at the same time. And that one I bought, followed along, finished her. So now I was like, well, now I gotta finish the Dark Queen of the Sea. And because it's MerMay, I thought this would be a great time. So I haven't started her yet, but she's all kitted. I just need to start the stitches. That's all I gotta do. But beautiful fabric. I think part of this is just showing the fabric that these mermaids are gonna be on. Alright, got that one. This one was fun. Again, don't have much, but this one I have to say it was Gothy, or Raven from Gothy Blogs, who told me about this one, because we were chatting and I think talking about the mermaids and for me about MerMay, and she was like, hey, have you ever seen the project where it's actually a mermaid but the fish is a head and she's got human legs? And I went, no, but where is this? So she showed me, and it's by Dissent Stitch. I bought it and I started it. So I have her started really small, and let me see if I can show where it is. Okay, because it's actually going to be a pretty small stitch. If I remember which way this goes. Give me a second. I think this goes this way. I could be wrong. It is a very small start. But it is on a very beautiful fabric. Like, I think this fabric, if I didn't get my tags wrong, is by Black Dahlia Fabrics. And it's called Mermaid Tears. Very appropriate. And I just bought it just to have, like, for a future project that I didn't know existed. And this one is small enough, like, I just folded it in half and it's going to fit on this piece. So I am so excited to see how she will come out on this. I don't think, like, it shouldn't take that long. I would hope that I would get her done, if not this month, then next month. That is my goal with her. And then, let's see what I got in my portfolio. I have to have a couple more in here. If not, we will get to what I have in stash. I think these are going to be more like stash top ones. But so far, those are my mermaid whips. So, I want to say those are also all my general whips now. So I've started a good amount of items here. We will see what number I get to, because I know I'm also going to probably do some quick stitch gifts. They're for people that will be moving on to bigger and better things at work, but they'll be there until the end of June. And so I haven't started a few of them, and they're pretty small, but I need to get working on them. I need to get my hands working on those, so I'll show them as they come around. But why don't we just get started with what other stuff I got for mermaids? So, with my stash, the first one I'm going to show is my first finish that I did of a mermaid. And technically, it's the one that got me back into cross-stitching. And I was very happy for it. And it's Twisted Mermaids by Mirabilia. So, this is the pattern. And I got this back during my five years ago? I think I got it around 5 years ago. And I was definitely more monogamous at that time. So I solely stitched on her, and for me, kind of back and forth, but she took 13 months. That's the only one that I know. I'm like 13 months of stitching on her. But she got done. And so she's the one that I just show off because the one I finished. And that's where I've started having a lot of Mira work in progresses, but she is proudly my one Mira finish. So, these are my Twisted Mermaids. And I love them. Like, I want to cry with how happy it is. Like, and it's funny because my boyfriend gets very invested in this. My parents do, and they absolutely love it. Like, every time that they came around and saw me stitching, they saw the progress. Like, me working on the hair, me working on the tails, the fishes, and then putting the beads in. Like, they just, it's all, I say it's a team effort. I mean, I did, but they just, when they get interested, it just made it feel good. So they have a special place in my heart. I say she, but they have a special place in my heart. I definitely want to get her professionally framed. We don't really have people that professionally frame around here. I'd be very nervous to frame her myself. So she's just patiently waiting. She's folded up in one of my portfolios, just waiting to be framed. But I take her out. I've taken her out now for 2 retreats. I'm going to take her out for the Queen City Stitch retreat. And I'll be taking her out as long as I can until she's framed. So she's my, she's like my baby right now of my mermaids. All right. So I got that one. And then after that one, my boyfriend was like ridiculously sweet because he realized, he's like, okay, what other Miras at that time? He's like, which other ones do you like? And I was just like, well, I love Mermaids of the Deep and the Mermaid of Atlantis. And he's like, okay. And then the LNS that we knew at that time back in Ohio, they got an order and she had kitted up those 2. And I went, oh my God, like, how did you do this? So I already showed you guys Mermaids of the Deep, but here is Mermaid of Atlantis. And I have zero regrets, zero shame. I absolutely love a mirror mermaid. Like, oh, I can't get over it. Cannot get over how she does mermaids so well. And so I supposedly, I have this kitted up. I know the fabric is somewhere, but again, this was about 4 years ago that I got that order. It's a miracle I even had Mermaids of the Deep, but I need to find the fabric. I have the DMC for it. I have the beads. I think I need the treasures at least. But yeah, this fabric is hidden in this mess of a craft room. So I gotta look for it. So that is her. And then, recently acquired Mirabilia, so we're just gonna go by category, are some that I just fell in love with. So, this one is Shimmering Mermaid. And for some reason, it's one of those, right, where you're like, wait, I didn't know that this existed. Or I probably breezed by it once, but now I'm interested. And I loved her for her tail. Those different variations, it's almost art deco-y. And then the purple against it, super cute. So I did that. And I went to a recently opened cross-stitch shop, which, goodness gracious, I was happy to have one, let alone another one. And this one's about an hour away from me. It's 20 minutes north of Augusta in Maine. And so I went because, of course, I'm going to support someone who's supporting cross-stitch. So they opened their LNS. And I got this fabric. And I was just trying to think of, like, okay, what kind of fabric do I want to use? Do I want to go crazy or do I want to go more simple? And with her, because she's just so colorful, it has contrast, I decided to go with the more simple fabric. So I went with this one. And I think this will allow her to be a bit vibrant with those purples that are in her wings. So I got this bad boy. And I got a fat half. They could have cut it and serged it, but I said, nope. I have plenty of other mermaids that I could use for that other side. So I got this piece. So that's for Shimmering Mermaid. And then my next one, these two I saw done at the Mirabilia retreat in Australia. And I have always looked at them, been interested, seen them on Instagram, but it wasn't until I saw them in real life that I just went, that's it. Like, I want to have them and I want to do them. The two are Mermaid of Pearls and Siren in the Shipwreck. So I'm out for the hunt looking for Mermaid of Pearls. I don't think it's out of print. Like I don't know them off the top of my head, but I got Siren in the Shipwreck. And it's that chandelier, man. That chandelier does it for me. It's like a jellyfish chandelier, and I love a good jellyfish. Yeah, this was another one. Loved it, loved it. Trying to think. Okay. And then another one that I saw there that, again, thought was, I was just like, nope, I want it. It was at the Mirabilia retreat as well. And it was Aquamarine. Aphrodite. I'm sorry. Aphrodite. How can I forget? Because that seashell, people. Oh, in real life, goodness gracious. She's just so good. So good. So, Aphrodite Mermaid. Okay. So those are my Mirabilia mermaids. Do I have some Nora Corbett ones? Yes, I do. But those are my dedicated Mirabilia ones. So then we can transition there to the Mirabilia ones. And my goal is to gather the 7 mermaids of the sea that she recently came out with. So I've gotten 4 of the 7. We'll just go through them. All right, first one, this is South Pacific. And I think of all of them, she's like the only one with the pet seahorses. That one got Antarctic. Got North Atlantic. This one's, of the 7, this one's my favorite. This one's absolutely my favorite. And then the Arctic Ocean. This is the one that looks like a fairy. I wonder if she's supposed to be a jellyfish. I'm looking at her now. So those are the 4. So I need the other 3. Yeah, because I need the other 3. And my crazy mind, would have loved to have them all on the same fabric. Just kind of like Ariel and her sisters. Because they are the 7 daughters for Triton, the 7 seas that are here in the world. And there are 7 mermaids that Nora Corbett did. So I wanted them all together, but goodness, that piece was going to be huge. And I wanted to have them overlap as if they were interacting with each other. Again, my brain just makes different collages, different ways of stitching these projects. And it just, no matter how I overlapped, if I did, they were just going to be so big. Because I saw, I want to say it was South Pacific. No, so not South Pacific. I think it's South Atlantic. And they're pretty big mermaids. They're not, for a Nora, they're a decent size. And I went, okay, to have all 7 of them on a piece, it would be bigger than a fat half. I would have to have some extra on the side. And I'm still deciding if I want that or if I just space them out. I think I may consider splitting them at this point, 3 and 4, so that's still kind of a collage, or 5 of them, and then 2 can be their own singular. I don't know. My brain's trying to think of how they're going to look aesthetically pleasing with my brain, and at this point, all 7 is not going to work. So we'll see what happens after. All right, we're going to switch gears from Mira's to the Bella Filipinas. I've got 2 of them. I don't have many of the mermaid ones. The first one is Enchantress of the Abyss. She kind of reminds me of like Mother of Pearls as well, but Mother of Pearls is more vertical, where she's holding onto them. This one, right, she swoops and goes under. But she is beautiful. I haven't done a big Bella Filipina yet. I've been collecting his charts. I just haven't pulled the trigger to do one yet. And then Maiden of Tubataha. This one's beautiful. This one is very beautiful. And I'd be excited to start her one day. Not yet. Haven't gotten the fabric for her yet. But I would want to start her. Those are those 2. And then the other 2 I got from Meridian Designs. I've shown them recently, but I just fell in love with them. They're so beautiful. So this one's Mei Li, the South China Sea Mermaid. Like, oh my goodness gracious. So much movement. And this one, right, they've got a bit more background. She's got a little friend turtle. Got a bit more of that sea floor with this and the movement with the seaweed. Super nice. I think I met her for this next mermaid that I show you. Not met her, but got introduced to her. And I saw Mei Li and I said, I want both. And I hope that the way that she called them, like by a dedicated sea, that there are more that come out in the future. Well, and this one's Kristen, the Arctic Ocean Mermaid. Like, she is the queen of the Arctic Ocean. Look at those icicles up top. And the belugas. I mean, I don't think I've seen a beluga whale stitched yet. And this is it. So beautiful. I was super happy to see these. So, I needed to have these. Super excited for those. And then I want to say those are it for my physical copies. A couple that I'll hopefully put up here next to you of the digital copies that I got are Flossy Fox Shop with her Summertime Magic. That one has a bunch of different little motifs. She has a mermaid in there. She's got a sea dragon in there, and I love sea dragons. So I want to stitch that one day. I have a few of her designs and I want to be able to get to those. The other one, I got a couple from Mama Witch Stitch that are more gothic, more creepy. And I want to say one is Anglerfish and Coffee Time. And those are the ones that I would love to stitch and just have in a gilded frame of like golden leaf gilded frame. Just because it would look so cute. They just look so creepy, but deserve to be in a gilded frame. And I have them, like, I see them right there. So, I just need to get those 2 done to be able to put up. And I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that is catching my brain. The other one I have that's, like, a full coverage, which I haven't pulled the trigger on starting one yet, is the Sea Daughter, and it's by Josephine Walls. So Josephine Walls is the artist, and Heaven and Earth Designs have created the cross stitch pattern for it. Very detailed, but I can say that she's a mermaid. She looks very beautiful, and I would like to stitch her as well. I'd like to stitch a few of hers. I just have not entered the world of full coverage just yet. So, those are my current mermaids. I'm like so excited for this month that I get to just stitch on Ladies with Tails. So, we'll see how far I get. Next time I chat with you would be probably not fully at the end of May, but halfway. So, hopefully I have some good progress for you on that. Next, if you are willing to stay, is just to see some of the haul that I got at the Bush Mountain Stitchery, which is the new crescent store that opened up above Augusta. There, I definitely went a bit crazy, because why not? Helping to support someone and their business. So, I got some patterns, I got some fabric, I got some floss. So we will just go through, and then she was like super nice in the sense that for opening day, she got some goodies, some freebies, and that was really cool. So I can show those. Here we got one of these bags. I've never owned one of these. Just another place for me to keep some fancy flosses. And then inside is a card. Essentially, I think you can see from here without seeing the pattern, but there's a pattern there, and it was a freebie that she was given. And then this one's a Hands Across the Sea. Yep, this is a Hands Across the Sea sampler card. So like, it could be a thank you card, it could be a hello card, like it's blank in the inside, but it is one of the samplers. And this is just the design of it, but on the back there is a pattern to do. So I don't think I've done a Hands Across the Sea before. Or even let's see, the one that they gave here. I can't see. Haystack Stitching. Was that one? Those are ones that I'm not used to. Let us move forward. So the next one, I got to know a little bit more about the primitive Hare and their designs. So I've been on their website before, and I mean their website's good, but getting to really hold the patterns that she has made me appreciate her art more and want to do it. I have here, you guys have all seen it all the time, but the only one that I got from her so far is Witchcraft. This one I bought a couple years ago. Haven't started it yet. Plan to. But so then I was looking through, and I don't know why. I saw it and I wanted it. It was the Betsy Ross flag. I don't know if I was just feeling a little, I don't know, I can't say nostalgic. I'm not that old. But maybe patriotic for the first time in a while. I just thought it was cute. Cause right, she made the original flag, and I like that. So I got it, and I got it with the dedicated fabric. How do I know it's the dedicated fabric? Because the top says "We the People," and this says "We the People," and I'm assuming that this is the dedicated fabric for that pattern. So got this together. Let's see. The flosses that they use, they have a couple of DMC, and then, gang, you're about to see how new I am to the situation because I don't know what GAF is. I mean, I can always look it up. Gentle? Is that Gentle Arts? I'm guessing that's Gentle Arts. Probably Gentle Arts. Anyway, the other ones, there's 2, 4, 5 colors. 3 of them are Gentle Arts and 2 of them are DMC. So I'll have to see what they are and if I want to use those, or I really do like Pirate Robin. I've been liking her threads a lot. So who knows, if I find one that I can switch for it. I can switch for Pirate Robin. So that is this one. And then I got a bunch of floss. I got this packet of floss. They're Weeks Dye Works. And they are for the Parkington Manor sampler. My, as of this time, last sampler that I will ever work on. I'm all samplered out after. But I was like, you know what? I'm doing a crazy fabric on it. I want to try using the dedicated flosses. So I got those. And then I wanted to get the colors for that. And I also went to get the colors for Pigeon and Puddle. because yes, like everyone else, I bought the pattern. And then after listening to a few Flosstubes, sorry, my back is itchy here. After listening to a few Flosstubers talk about Pigeon and Puddle, they just mentioned that definitely the two colors they would have recommended to use are two that are for the body of the pigeon and for the puddle, because those color changes are from the variegated floss, not from color changing between flosses. So I said, okay, I should probably I would want to respect that and try to get those similar colors. So I got the puddle one. So this is what the color of the water would be. And they didn't have the pigeon one. So I have to go, not that it's anything bad. I happily will have to go back to the Crafty Grimalkin to Reese and just find the pigeon body piece. So that was that one. And then she had a few vintage patterns that were on sale that I'd never seen, and I was like, these are pretty cool. Let me see. Oh, I went even further. I told you I went even further with primitive hair. Didn't realize it. I got Dungeon Fairy flag. Like, yeah, I fell for her. I got her. And I just got her. I didn't get her dedicated fabric. Got this one. And then I think this is an older one. Yeah, this is a 2015 that I really liked because I loved these types of games as like a high schooler, middle schooler. And it's called The Witch's Game. And it's the idea, right, that you have a avatar like an avatar character, and you get to change the clothes, change their hairstyles. I didn't know this existed. And I went, oh my gosh, like, I want this. So I needed it. And I want to start it on Halloween. So that was a very happy find from the primitive hair. I loved it. So it was definitely a primitive hair day for me there. Okay. And then the other pattern that I got, this one's from the Artsy Housewife. And this is one of those that I want to gift to one of the people that are moving on to better things, is You Got This. You got this. Something supportive. And an owl with the coffee mug. So I will be very excited to be able to work on that again. I've got 7 weeks. 7 weeks to do it. I know I can do it. It'll just be some long nights. I will not complain about that. Alright. And then these are my 4 vintage patterns that were like on sale with her. This is a Heaven and Earth design that my first Heaven and Earth design as a paper pattern. I went, oh my god. And I was there with my boyfriend, and he was looking through some, and he was like, ooh, what about this? What about this? What about this? What about this one? And I went, okay, I can't do all of these big ones. Like, I would have to live forever. But this one, I thought, okay, I can bring this one. It's called The Untold Story. It's a Josephine Wall art. But I did like it. Felt like there was some good variation with the castle and the woman with the iguana and the flamingos with the polar bear. I liked it a lot. So I said, we'll see what happens. That's a stash. And then he went back to this pattern 3 different times, and I liked it. And I said, do you want me to get it? And he was, well, I mean, if you can. I was like, done, just give it to me. Because I think one of his dreams, and I do hope we can do this for him. I'm just not as, I love woods. I like hiking. I like hiking and being in the woods, but he wants to go the next step. and he wants to own acres of woods and be a tree, like own a tree farm, essentially have like a maple tree farm and have maple syrup, or be a Christmas tree farmer and have Christmas trees. So he's going to the next step of like taking care of the trees, and I kind of drew the line there for me. I was like, I want to walk around my trees, but I don't want to build the trees. But he wants to really bad. And so when we saw this, I was like, okay. I was like, I will stitch this for you because I feel like it's cute. So it's called Farmhouse Christmas Trees by Joe Moulton. It's a Mystic Stitch ink designed. Is there a date? Oh, I will see if there is a date to this. Not that I see. Okay. But here it is. And I thought it was cute. Red truck with a Christmas tree. It says Christmas trees, free deliveries. And granted, this is a full coverage piece where that background of the wood is stitched as well. I think I draw the line there. I know that I've seen a printed fabric of something that looks like wood of that same color, so I will go hunting for it and hope that the size I pick out will fit it. The whole thing, if stitched on the full background, for me, I'd do like the 18 count. They're saying it'd be like an 11 by 16, which is still big, but that's with the background. So I think it'll be a little less, but essentially I would need a fat quarter to be able to put it on. I'll find it. I will find it. So that's that one. And then these two as well. They're for me. I've never seen these. This is by Custom Crafts Inc. Designed by Diane Allaire, both. This one was 2008. And it's called the Clematis Fairy. I could be pronouncing that completely wrong. And this is like a full coverage piece. But I think the pattern has the background on a black Ada. She's so cute. Like, I kind of had to look twice and be like, yes, that is the fairy there in the middle. I liked her. Little cartoony. Flowers look super nice with the black background. So I went, yeah, I would like her. And again, she was selling them. It was like, literally like $6-7. I'm not kidding. They were on sale. And then this one's the Gatekeeper by Diana Lair. This one was 2005. This one I really liked. This one's definitely full coverage. But yeah. So that was my whopping haul. At this point, usually we go over plans, and my plans are going to be, I'm trying to think how do I want. I would like to finish Morning Musings. I think that one is going to be doable to finish. Mermaid wise, I technically have met my May goal of working on Mermaids of the Deep. Like, I got to get some good progress. I'm really happy with it. I would like to continue it because I'm enjoying her a lot. And I started Periwinkle, so I got that bonus. Finished July Fairy. Ooh, excuse me. I originally put the Blackwater Sirens as part of the Mermaid, but that project is in timeout for indefinite. At least probably until next year, or else I get like the huge hankering to work on her. But they're in timeout, so don't need to work on that goal. And then I think I definitely want to get Fish Want Me, which is the Dissent stitch pattern of the fish head and human legs. So I think those gonna be worked on. It's just gonna be full of mermaids. So I'll be really happy with that. So I'm sorry I don't have anything concrete. I'm just enjoying the month. I hope you guys are enjoying the month too. It's, right? Spring, I feel, is coming here. We've had more sunny days than rainy days, which has been great, except on the weekends. It decides to rain here all the time. And this weekend, we're just gonna go off to a cabin, my boyfriend and I, so that'll be nice. I'm hoping I get some stitching done, considering it'll be raining. So I hope you guys have a good weekend yourselves. I believe Mother's Day is this weekend, so happy Mother's Day to all you mamas and grandmas and fur mamas. I hope you guys enjoy your Sunday, and I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Bye.